I think another thing to remember when you're looking at law enforcement people, they're human. And all the way through this interview, you can see the nerves in this guy, Doug Carter. You can see him gulping a lot. Now, I don't do body language, but I can tell when someone is nervous. I can tell when someone is stressed. Now, we don't know why that stress is. Is that stress because he's lying through his teeth? Could be, because lying is a very stressful thing. Could he just be aware of the gravity of the situation and the messages that he's got to get across, and he's very stressful about getting the right messages across? Again, it could be that, but he's very stressed. And without being unkind to the guy, stress is very useful, because when we're stressed, the words tend to come out not quite as polished as we'd like them to, and that's quite good, because they've got less filter on them there. So he's asked the question there about the new information. Is any of it different? Is any of it useful? And he says, well, it's all useful. It's all useful. So he repeats himself there. So one of the reasons we'll repeat ourselves is because we don't quite know what we're going to say next, because our brain is working there, trying to work out what form of words do I want to give here. He may be thinking, how can I move on to my talking point as well? How can I take this as my jumping off point and go on to what it is that I want to say? But he says it's all useful. It's all useful. So he's buying himself thinking time. And then he says, and it's all and again, we've got this thinking going on here, because he's not quite ready to say the next word yet, which is why you get the and then he says, or at least the vast majority of it is different. So I think he was going to say it's all different. And then this is, the truth always comes out. He's self-corrected himself there. So he was kind of going to give a blandishment of, nothing bad has happened here. So it's all useful. It's all different. And then he realized that would not be the right thing to say, because it wouldn't be true. So he corrects himself and says, or at least the vast majority of it is different. And then he says, so I'm thrilled with what's happened since then. Thrilled's quite an interesting word, isn't it? Because this is an investigation into the murder of 2 young girls. And thrilling is an interesting word to use in that context, don't you think, Joe? It's not quite
appropriate.
Sober,
yes, appropriate. Yeah.
It's not quite that appropriate for a sober police investigation. I